The fact that Ukraine needs tanks was announced by Polish President Andrzej Duda during a trilateral meeting with the presidents of Ukraine and Lithuania within the framework of the Lublin Triangle in Lviv.
A company of Leopard tanks will be handed over as part of coalition building, because, as you know, many formal criteria have to be fulfilled and agreements need to be signed. First, we need to build an international coalition, and we have decided to form it. The first company of Leopard tanks, I hope, will be provided to Ukraine very soon. I hope that other countries will also take part in this.
To transfer 14 Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine, Germany's consent is required. According to Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki, decisive actions of other European countries that will join the international coalition are also important.
And now we wait also for Leopards from Denmark, Finland, Germany, and tanks from the other countries of the European Union, because we wanted to inspire others to actually gather more tanks, to have potentially 60, 70, up to 100 of very modern tanks which can make a difference on the battlefield in Ukraine.
Finnish President Sauli Niinisto also hopes to create an international coalition which countries will be able to provide tanks to Ukraine. They will not be able to provide a lot, but this also depends on the decision of Germany as the Leopard tanks producing country.
We are currently in intensive discussion on what more we can do as the European Union, Nordic countries, to help Ukraine. I hope this decision will be made real, and Finland definitely is ready to play its part in that support. Pekka Haavisto, member of the Finnish Parliament, for Helsinki, The Guardian reports.
On January the 16th, speaking before Parliament, British Defence Secretary Benny Wallace announced his readiness to provide Ukraine with 14 Challenger 2 tanks. According to the minister, they will begin to train Ukrainian troops to operate such heavy equipment immediately. Benny Wallace also urged Germany not to delay the decision to supply tanks of its production for the armed forces of Ukraine.
I would urge my German colleagues to do that. These tanks are not offensive when they are used for defensive methods. There's a debate in Germany at the moment about whether a tank is an offensive weapon or a defensive weapon. Well, it depends what you're using it for. If you're using it to defend your country, I would wager that it is a defensive weapon system. Secondly, we are not on our own. This is a joint international coalition. And I know there have been concerns in the German political body that they don't want to go alone. Well, they're not alone, and I think the conference in Ramstein will show that.
If the German government decides to supply Ukraine with Leopard 2 tanks in the near future, then it will be able to transfer from 10 to 15 repaired vehicles by the end of 2023. Defense sources told that the Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung newspaper. It also became known that Berlin is considering the possibility of supplying Ukraine with 29 more Leopard 2 tanks, which are intended for Slovakia and the Czech Republic.
I must say that this is a decision that has long been overripe, because the military command of Ukraine has repeatedly stated the need for Ukraine to solve the tasks that are on the battlefield and get exactly heavy weapons. It is tanks that are one of the main components of ensuring success in conducting an operation to evict Russian invaders from the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine.
According to Bloomberg sources, the German federal government may announce a decision on the supply of tanks to Ukraine this week. There is an assumption that it will be announced on January the 20th during the 8th meeting of the contact group on the defense of Ukraine in the Ramstein format. Reported by Dana Kolesnik, Yulia Bil, UATV News.